What happens when a judge starts questioning everything, from missing evidence, to drug tests, to lawyers that don't even exist yet? In this courtroom, confusion turns into pressure, and pressure turns into decisions that could change lives forever. Watch closely, because what starts as a routine hearing quickly reveals something much bigger.
Good morning, sir. You are Hakeem Allen. This is cause numbers 25 DCCR 1163, 1164, and 1697. Mr. Burbank, what is the announcement?
Your Honor, I believe that some more offenses coming. It's still in the discovery process.
Okay.
I would ask for, we said, I have talked to the prosecutor. And that was the indication.
Judge, I did speak with Mr. Burbank's office last week. They filed a letter of rep on the new case that was recently indicted. So I do have all of that. And I don't mean to ask this to catch Mr. Burbank off guard or anything, but based on Mr. Allen's prior criminal history and these offenses, with the court just take a quick look at the bonds, maybe?
I don't even have the new case. If it was indicted last week, it's not on our docket. What's the cause number of that? And what's the charge?
It's a possession. It's 25 DCCR 1697.
Oh, I have that one.
Yes. So the new indictment didn't come last week, but it was just caught up with these other cases.
Okay. Because that actually, so the offense date from the possession is actually 2024. And then it was after that we had the other possession and the evading. Are you wearing a drug patch?
Yes.
Oh. Let's see. I don't see that we've had any. It's like you tested positive back in court. What was it, last October? You've been wearing a drug patch ever since. Have you gotten a change every 2 weeks like you're supposed to? Let's do this just to make sure, since I don't see anything. Let's have you tested this morning before we do a reset, and then we'll go from there. And is there any other cases you expect something else? Do you expect another case other than these three?
When I initially talked, I don't know this one. I mean, I'm not trying to act, but when we talked, I thought there were a couple more out there, but maybe not.
And I'll look into that.
Yeah, let me hold it while he gets a drug test. Can you look in to see if there's something else, and y'all talk, because I want to know what's going on. Have a seat in the jury box. Good morning. You're Jermaine Young.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is 24 DCCR 0916. I have a note that we've been waiting on some DNA results. Do we know where we are
I
on
can
that?
speak to that, Your Honor. I was out of town Thursday and Friday, but before I left, I prepared these cases for today and saw on the docket DNA pending. Not finding anything, taking a brief look, I contacted the detective on the case to ask him about it. I've read my email to Mr. Burbank this morning, and it's his belief that it was never sent off because there were never swabs taken because there was a delayed outcry.
Okay. So there's not any and none anticipated.
As I stand here now, I don't believe so, but I did tell Mr. Burbank I would continue to research that issue.
Okay. Well, if we don't, that's what we've kind of been anticipating or waiting on, or thought we were waiting on. And so I'm going to do one last reset. This will be the final reset.
Last reset. I mean, we were here 3 or 4 times, and it was in the lab. And
yeah, we've talked about
calling them, and was told
we did. Yeah.
And now all of a sudden.
Yeah. So let's just do one more reset. And if for some reason that was just not good information, then that's what it is. And if there's something out there that you find, obviously we'll talk about it at the next court date.
That's fine.
All right.
To do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay in touch with Mr. Burbank and your bondsman. They'll let you know when you need to come back.
Well, I have to go to CDC for something. I'll come back.
Okay. Good morning. Are you Aaron Roberts?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Roberts, were you able to get someone hired?
No, ma'am. I did talk to 4 lawyers like you asked. I went to the interview like you asked. Wait on them to call me back. If they call me back with a felony. And I went to the DMV to get an ID to get a job.
Good. All right. What lawyers you talk to?
I'm going to pick today.
Thank you.
Abraham Jones, like I told you, William Marcus Law Firm, Walker Law Firm, and I talked to a man named James Patrick.
Okay.
So
Thank you for doing everything that I've asked you to do. I'm gonna have you fill out some paperwork this morning to see if you qualify for a court appointed lawyer. Make sure you fill it out accurately and completely because you're gonna swear under oath that it's all true and correct. Step in front of the clerk. You hired Mr. Kimbler.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're just checking on that. Okay, but you sent it yesterday. So.
Yeah, well, I sent it to Bree. She should have filed it.
I'm sorry.
I sent it to my secretary and then she files it. So
Okay.
you have to file it.
All right, so we'll just reset your case. Stay in touch with Mr. Kimbler and your bondsman, and they'll let you know when you need to be back.
Yes.
All right, you're free to go, sir.
Yes, sir.
John Tat Taylor. Good morning. You're John Tat Taylor.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Taylor, were you able to get someone hired?
No, I haven't, but I done talked to a few of them. I'm gonna try to hire one today. We're running town. I called some of the local lawyers and I said Miss West, and they're like, "Oh, you're just trying to get the rule because you know they say about they know that you asked stop the 3 lawyers, but I got a retainer fee with me and I'm one her because you know I'm from Turner County. I'm gonna make sure I get one hired today.
Who are you hiring today?
Dr. James. I don't even know it because it's the same person my co-defendant got. And I think I'm gonna try to talk to him. So I'm gonna find somebody.
Now, sometimes they can and sometimes they can't represent co-defendants. So you have to make sure that that attorney knows. But how are you going to hire him today if you don't even know his last name?
He my co-defendant. I'm gonna call him and get his information.
Okay.
I was doing that before I came in there. And I talked to him one time. He was like, "Oh, you just trying to talk to 3 lawyers because Miss West."
So well, here's the thing. When you call lawyers, it's to try to hire them. It's not just for that. So when you call, you don't need to say, Judge West told me to call. You need to say, I need to hire a lawyer. The point is to hire someone, not just to go through some fake process where.
When we started talking and I said something like that, you know, he automatically that's what I was just doing.
Okay, so then why are you going to hire him if he didn't want to talk to you?
I will talk to him in person now. And they were over the phone. You know, my co-defendant said he was pretty good where he moving, but if he can't.
So here's the thing. I understand you're coming in from out of town, but for me, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. You need to get someone hired before the next court date. Whoever it is, doesn't matter. If you've got the money to hire someone, then you need to get someone hired before the next court date. There's no excuses that I had to drive in or I couldn't do it. Get it taken care of one way or the other. Okay. Step in front of the clerk. Good morning. You're Carl Whittington?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you able to get someone hired, Mr. Whittington?
Not yet. You told me to bring the face up to show you what I'm actually making now. Like, so you can see like the difference. Like, I actually get someone hired probably soon. There's a little bit more time if you don't mind. There we go.
Who are you planning on hiring when you save up the money?
I was gonna be Gert Kelly, I think it was.
Okay. That's it about it.
I got 3 of them. It was like per week.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for bringing that. I will give you one more reset. You need to try to get someone hired with him before that next court date. All right. Step in front of the clerk.
This wasn't just another court day, it was a moment where every choice mattered. Miss one step, delay one decision, and everything can fall apart. If you want to see more real courtroom moments that reveal the truth behind the system, make sure you subscribe now, because the next case might be even more intense.